Hey all, welcome to my channel PSK Tech Classroom. In this video lecture, today I am going to discuss about the practice problem of the Chebyshev filter. In the previous video lecture, I have discussed about the Chebyshev filter designing steps and the required formulas. If you want to, please go through the previous lecture. And in this lecture, I'm discussing a practice problem. After learning the required formulas and the designing steps, now it is time to practice this problem based upon the given specifications. Now read the problem here. The specifications have been given as alpha p is equal to 3 dB, alpha s is equal to 16 dB, and fp is equal to 1 kilohertz and fs is equal to 2 kilohertz. Determine the order of the filter using Chebyshev filter approximation and find h of s. So he is asking us to finding the order and as well as the h of s. H of s is nothing but the transfer function. So deriving the h of s is also nothing but the designing the filter. Okay, now once again let me recall whatever the data has given. He has given the alpha p, which matlab attenuation in pass band, attenuation in stop band, and the frequency, pass band frequency is 1 kilohertz and fs is equal to 2 kilohertz. Now come to this. Next is we have to find out the order. Step 1 is nothing but the finding out the order here. The formula for finding out the order n is less than or equal to cos h inverse of under root 10 into 0.1 alpha s minus 1 divided by 10 power 0.1 alpha p minus 1 whole divided by cos h inverse of omega s by omega p. So this is the formula, but this here omega s and omega p are the angular frequencies of the given filter. So actually the filter is given, the filter frequencies have been given as fp and fs, but we want omega p and omega s. Omega p and omega s are the angular frequencies, so you have to convert these normal frequencies into the angular frequencies by multiplying the corresponding frequencies with that 2 pi. So for example, he has given fp is equal to 1 kilohertz. So if you want to have omega p, you just multiply with the 2 pi. 2 pi into 1 kilohertz means 1000 hertz. 2 pi into 1000 hertz. So 2000 pi radians per second. Similarly, omega s is equal to 2 pi into 2000 hertz. 2000 hertz is the fs has given. So one thing I want to remind you is, if the frequency have given in terms of the hertz, we have to convert that into the radians per second by multiplying that with the 2 pi. Isn't it? So this is the point you have to remember. So you should not substitute the direct fp and fs values. So the frequencies which we are using in the formula as the angular frequencies, if the frequencies are given in the normal, so you have to convert into the angular frequencies. Keep it in your mind. Okay, now come to this. After that we have to substitute all the values alpha s, alpha p, omega s and omega p. So here I am substituting cos h inverse of 10 power 0.1 into alpha s is nothing but what has given 16 dB. 16 dB we have substituted minus 1 by 10 power 0.1 into alpha p. Alpha means 3 dB. 3 dB I have substituted here, minus 1 by cos h inverse of omega p is equal to 4000 pi radians per second. Omega s is equal to 4000 pi radians per second and omega p is equal to 2000 pi radians per second. So after substituting this, you have to use the calculator here. Without a calculator, so my sincere advice is to don't go to the examination. So okay, after if you do the simplification using the calculator, you will be going to find out the value of this entire term is equal to 1.91 sorry. So it is approximately equal to the 2. So it is rounding off to the next integer value, n is equal to 2. So n is the order of the filter. The first thing is first task of our problem is finding the order that has been achieved. Now next is we have to find out the h of s, but the thing is we cannot able to find out the h of s directly without calculating the poles. Okay, so that's why you have to calculate the poles. As I discussed in the previous video lecture, to calculate the poles, you have to calculate the epsilon value and as well as the a and b values. As an a and b values are the parameters which are required for finding the major and minor axis of the eclipse. Okay, because the poles are lying in the eclipse. So now that's why I'm finding the first only I'm finding the A and B values. For calculating the A and B values, we have to calculate the first epsilon value. Epsilon value is equal to 10 power 0.1 into alpha p n minus 1 whole power 1 by 2. So simply substituting that alpha p value at this point, you got the epsilon value is equal to 1. Okay. Now calculate the mu value. Mu value is equal to epsilon power minus 1 plus under root 1 plus epsilon power minus 2. So if you calculate this value, epsilon is 1, 1 power minus 1, 1 by 1. 1 by, it's like this, if you calculate this, you will get the 2.414 is the value. Now after having the mu and epsilon values, you can easily calculate A value. A value is equal to omega p into mu power 1 by n minus mu power minus 1 by n by 2 into omega p. So substitute these values. In place of omega p, we are substituting 2000 pi into mu is equal to 2.414 whole power 1 by n means the order is 2. The 2 we have substituted here, minus 2.414 minus 1 by n, minus 1 by n means minus 1 by 2 we have substituted here. So if you do simplification, you are going to get the 910 pi value. Now let us calculate the B value here. So this is the formula for calculating the B value. Nothing is different, A and B value is similar, but here plus you are using. So 2000 pi into 2.414 whole power 1 by 2 plus 2.414 whole power minus 1 by 2 by 2. If you substituted this and if you do the calculation using the calculator, you will get 2197. So this is these are the A and B values. So if you got A and B values, now we will move forward into to calculate the poles. The poles formula is sk is equal to a cos pi k plus jb into sin pi k. So A and B values we got, but pi k values we didn't get. The pi k formula is equal to pi by 2 plus 2k minus 1 into pi by 2n. Here n is equal to order. So the n value is n is equal to order and the k value is rolling from 1 to n. So here n is equal to 2 means k value you will get from 1 and 2. So substituting k value, k is equal to 1 instead of in the pi k. So if pi k value is equal to 1, you will get pi 1. Pi 1 is equal to pi by 2 plus 2k. In place of k you substitute 1 minus 1 into pi by 2 into n value is 2. 2 you substitute, you will get the value is 3 pi by 4. Now similarly for k is equal to 2, if you substitute using the same method, you will get the value is 5 pi by 4. So now you got the pi 1 and pi 2 values and you got the A and B values. Now we will start the finding the poles value. If you substitute in this formula, k is equal to 1, it will be turning into S1. S1 is equal to A into cos k value is 1, so pi 1 plus jb into sin pi 1. So A value, B value we got, we are substituting that. A value is 910 pi and B value is 2197 pi. If you substitute that and if you simplify this, you got minus 643.46 into pi plus j into 154 into pi. So this is the value you got. Similarly for S2 also, if you substitute the same formula, you will got minus 643.46 pi minus j into 154 pi. So S1 value, S2 value we got. Now the term is to calculate the denominator function d of s. The denominator function d of s is equal to s minus s1 into s minus s2 into s minus s3 and so on s minus sn. So we have only two poles, that's why h of s is equal to s minus s1 into s minus s2. So s1 is this and s2 is this. So I am substituting s minus of s1 value and here s minus of s2 values. Now after doing the simplification, you got you can take this term as a and you can take this term as b. You can say a minus b into a plus b. So the formula is a square minus b square. So this is the value you got for ds. Next the term is only the denominator term is not sufficient for calculating the h of s. You have to calculate the numerator. Now let us calculate the numerator function. Now the numerator, you are going to get the numerator See, the numerator value you will get by substituting s is equal to 0 in the denominator. Substituting 0 in the denominator. So denominator function we have calculated now. Now we are substituting s is equal to 0 in this equation, and you have to divide the that by 1 plus epsilon square, since n is even. If n is equal, because n is means we got here in this problem n is equal to 2, it mean that it is even number. So you have to divide the denominator result by 1 plus epsilon square. If n is equal to odd, then no need to divide it. So for calculating n of s, simply I am substituting the s is equal to 0 in the denominator equation. So in this equation we are substituting s is equal, in place of this s we are substituting s is equal to 0. So if you substitute s is equal to 0, you got this 643.46 pi whole square plus 1554 pi whole square divided by 1 plus epsilon square. Keep remember boys, you are dividing this result by 1 plus epsilon square only for the n value is even, otherwise we won't divide it. Okay, now you have the epsilon value is equal to 1, we have already calculated, and we substituted that. You will get the n of s is equal to this value 1414.38 whole square into pi square. Now the transfer function is equal to h of s is equal to n of s by d of s. N of s value is this, we are just writing it, and dfs value already we have calculated. So this is the transfer function of the Chebyshev filter, or I can say that I have designed the Chebyshev filter design. So please comment me if you have any doubts so that I can clarify you. Thank you for watching.